Imagine this concept, if you will. A plane crash occurs in the mountains. The survivors contain a simple news crew. Their goal, to get down the mountain safely, while also being stalked by chimpanzees with ninja throwing stars. Hollywood would say no to this concept, and thus we got the movie Anchorman. I'm not making that up. That's actually what they talked about in yesterday's episode of Hot Ones. Good morning and happy Friday, everybody. Yes, that's actually what Will Ferrell himself said yesterday. I am not even kidding. Although, let's be honest, we got Anchorman, and then almost a decade later we got Anchorman 2, so Hollywood was actually correct on this one. I think we can all agree on that. So yes, it's Friday, we are here, and so the only thing truly that is left to do is wait until the weekend begins. Again, it's only Friday morning, so you got time before anything happens. I'm trying to look to see if there's a new manga chapter today, and no, it's supposed to be out today, but it's probably gonna be out when's it gonna be out? 6 hours. 6 hours? It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon when that happens. Oh, hey, I'll be able to do my reaction tomorrow as well as, make XFL picks. So, should be entertaining. Yes. It is Friday and not Steady Friday. Oh, no. This is the last Friday before Lent starts. And when Lent starts, if you are a Christian or a Catholic, you are no longer allowed to have me on Fridays until Lent is over. Which I do believe, if I recall, Easter is April 9th, I believe. Oh, sorry. Sunday, April 12th. So the 10th would be the last Friday of Lent. So let's see. 10 days in April. Well, 12 if you actually include up to the 12th. All of March. The last 26, 27, 28, 29. So 4 plus 12 plus 31. 47 days. Okay, Lent is supposed to be like 40. They do this to mess with us. But let's be honest. Not that I would ever actually, I wouldn't get in trouble for saying this. Everyone knows it. It wouldn't be the worst thing that the Catholic Church has ever done. So, yes. I should probably let you guys know that, today is your last day to get any kind of meat-related dish if you are Catholic. Because, not allowed to have meat on Fridays. It's not permanent. But if you do want to get yourself something, today's the day to do it. You're not going to be able to do it again up until mid-April. So, it's your last day, make it count. I guess you could always overcompensate every Thursday. But why would you want to do that? You have to worry about Friday next day. You won't want to do that. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say on that matter. On the more positive flip, how about we talk about yesterday's episode of Hot Ones, shall we? Well, considering what I just opened this video with, I was right. They did talk about Anchorman to some extent. Honestly, that's always a really cool thing about Hot Ones. You learn so much. You really do. Like, one thing that they did, actually this is something, one thing they did touch upon that I did sort of kind of know about, but I didn't know if it was like that crazy. It's that there is like a heated rivalry between fans of Friends and fans of Seinfeld. Like, an ongoing, like, deep rivalry. I'm like, really? I mean, from a perspective, I can kind of see why. They were both pretty long-running sitcoms of their time. They're both memorable, with about as memorable quotes as there are episodes as a whole. You know, they both shows contain scenarios that, frankly, anyone would find themselves in. So, I guess maybe the rivalry comes down to who had the better cast, I guess. I mean, I bring this up because Julia Louis-Dreyfus was supposed to be with Will Ferrell in yesterday's episode, but she wasn't feeling well. They were both going to be promoting the Downhill movie, which I heard actually wasn't very good. Oh well. But yes, that, you know, I mean, the only reason why Seinfeld, well, believe it or not, my father loved Seinfeld. He always tells me so, like, at first he didn't really, like, quite get it at first he noticed that people around him didn't really get it, but here's the thing. My father went to college in Albany. He graduated from the Albany School of Business. And he actually met a lot of, people, particularly I do believe Jewish people, who, fit those personalities of the characters on Seinfeld to a T. So he was able to watch it and immediately, relate to what was going on. So, yeah, that was, so I guess that's sort of how I got into, liking Seinfeld. I mean, I have not remotely seen all the episodes. But I just hear them being quoted so often that, I might as well have. Although if you guys are wondering, yes, the rumors are true. The best episode of Seinfeld is, of course, George and the Whale. Now then, when it comes to Friends, I mean, again, Friends is memorable, has a memorable cast. I mean, I've said before that I am a Chandler. But then again, I got into watching Friends, well over a decade after it was over. And again, with this resurgence of, nostalgia in the 90s, why not? Why watch more of it? So, again, there's just so many iconic, sayings and episodes from both shows that, knowing that there's a rivalry between both of them, it doesn't really surprise me. I mean, personally, for my money, my favorite show during that time was always that 70s show. But I guess you could make the argument that 70s show was, it did kind of overlap, I guess. I'm pretty sure that 70s show premiered sometime after Seinfeld was over. But Friends was still going stronger in that time. At least I think so. I would actually look that up. But, yeah, there was that. I also learned how, Will Ferrell actually did a wide variety of, different, entertainment styles. So when he got to, SNL, he was able to write his own material. He was able to get stuff done. That's actually really cool. See, that's the cool thing. Hot Ones, yes, it is a show where people are asked relatively personal questions while eating extraordinarily hot wings. We all know this. But the cool thing about Hot Ones that no one really takes the time to realize, the questions they ask are rather profound. It'd be easy for me. It'd be easy for someone like Sean Evans to watch me eat a hot wing and be like, "So, Nick, you make all these videos. What made you do it?" Yeah, he could ask a question like that. Say I was on Hot Ones, that is. And Sean asked me, "So you make all these videos? Why?" yeah, he could ask that, but knowing Sean, he'd be like, what inspired you to make these videos? What would be like, what's your driving force? Like, what did you know you were going to talk about as you were going to go on? He'd ask stuff like that, elaborate more. That's really interesting. Ultimately, I mean, yes. When it comes to people metaphorically dying on hot sauce, I mean, yeah, of course that's entertaining. And, there's appeal to it. But if you look behind all those layers, you actually get to see, like, a different side of people that you really wouldn't normally see. In a good way. I mean, it's just brought out by millions of Scoville units. Yes. So, ultimately, yesterday's episode of Hot Ones was great. I loved it. It was fun. It was entertaining. Can't wait to see more. I really wish I could do today's manga chapter reaction. But again, you gotta wait like 6 hours, which, oh well. Maybe I'll probably do something later or something. I don't know. Or, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I can use the content for tomorrow anyway. Well, let's see. I already talked about how it's the final Friday of us being allowed to eat meat before lunch starts. Be sure you're fixing today. Me? I don't really know what I am going to do. It's tough. It's tough to think about. It really is. Because on the one hand, it'd be easy for me to say, oh, get yourself like a meat lover's pizza or a burger or like seriously, and plus I over exaggerate that you can't have meat. There are some sort of meat things you can have, particularly eggs and fish, which are good. I like those things. But I think we just put so much appeal into foods like bacon and sausage and steak and ham and, chicken and turkey and stuff like that, that we do sort of like take how grand they are, for granted instead of, taking it for what it really is, I suppose. Plus, I mean, in a way, not being able to eat meat on Fridays is sort of for a good cause. I mean, outside of the fact that it actually does a little less harm to the animal population. What it also really does is, in a way, it sort of makes you think about the sacrifices that, again, I'm Catholic, so if you're not, this won't really apply to you at all. But it sort of gives you time to think, well, Jesus suffered, so, maybe, you could sort of not mimic that, but, sort of use that as a reminder and help you move forward in life. Ultimately, I think that's one of the reasons why people use their religion as a means of, trying to be a good person. Maybe. Then plus, let's be honest, no one ever likes getting in trouble, and no one ever wants to see what happens after the fact. So, there's probably that too. In terms of this weekend, nothing really. Although that does remind me, we do have 1 week until Rita's opens. I cannot wait. I actually still have 2 courts left. After all this time. And believe me, it was hard. I mean, not hard, but harder than it usually is. But, I have 2 left. The only question is, when am I going to have them? Well, the way I see it, I never really eat it during the week. So, I guess during sometime this weekend, maybe. But the question is, when? I don't know. I guess I'll make it up as I go along, I suppose. mean, can't really tell outside right now because it's still a little dark out. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day. So, hopefully kicking off the weekend won't be so difficult after all. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on the social media platforms or other location on YouTube. I am very home. I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. Kicks off a wonderful weekend. And remember, if you guys don't want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.